Hi, I'm Cindy Hedrick. Today we'll be reading Chapter 6, Friends of Feather and Fur. This is a story of a unique friendship between a bird and a cat. Many of you may have had the pleasure of living with a cat and a dog who got along in a loving family. But when you think of cats and birds getting along, it's not usually how you would see them. Garfield is an orange tabby who was found roaming the streets, and Snuggles is an umbrella cockatoo who came to live at the sanctuary. These two would form an amazing friendship that seemed to work for them. I have to say, I was concerned about how a cat living with birds could work out with no mishaps, but I was fortunate enough to see a transition take place. While living at the sanctuary, I came into what I feared would be a potential disaster. One of the blue and gold macaws, the largest of the parrots, was sneaking up behind Garfield, and as I watched, I thought about how to handle this. Garfield was laying on the floor, twitching his tail, as cats often do, and the bird stood behind him curiously and gently touched his tail with his beak. It took Garfield a second or two to realize what was happening, but when he did, the two of them faced off. The bird was in defensive posture, foot up, wings raised, and beak open, while Garfield stood up with his paw in the air ready to swat. It was intense for just a second. Then I could almost hear the two animals saying to each other, "I guess we'll just let this go," as they both turned and walked away. When Snuggles came into the sanctuary, Garfield had no idea what was about to take place. Snuggles is one of those parrots who loves attention from everyone. What a character she is. Snuggles gets her name honestly because snuggling is one of her favorite things to do. Full of personality, she never meets a stranger and believes everyone would enjoy her affection, and this included Garfield. And there is a picture of Garfield and Snuggles. And we have more pictures of Garfield and Snuggles hanging out together. Snuggles loves to play with Garfield by attempting to pet him by preening or combing his hair. Garfield is such a patient friend, allowing Snuggles to touch him with her beak and foot. When he's had enough of her advances, Garfield simply walks away. Often Snuggles will walk down the hall to try to catch up to him, but usually gives up when she realizes he's much faster than she is walking on the floor, which, by the way, is a funny sight to see, a bird running behind a cat. Garfield and Snuggles are completely opposite creatures, but found a friendship despite their differences, teaching us that being different does not mean we cannot be friends. And there's one more picture of Garfield and Snuggles together.